So yeah, I put in Rebel. No, not what did I put in? I put in
Rebel 1.
No, I didn't do the Wheel of Fate is Turning. I did Heaven or Hell, Duel 1, Let's Rock.
Yeah, alright.
And we are back. I should put in Rebel 1 somewhere. Rebel 1. Action. But instead of Waifu Warzone this week.
Sadly.
Well, sadly or not sadly, depending on
who you think.
No, but basically, what I decide to do is we're bringing back Active Time Pitch, but not in the way that you think of it. So, what I'm going to do nowadays is I'm going to, I guess, what's the word? I'm going to edit Active Time Pitch separately, release it by itself, then add it in at the end of each podcast.
Okay.
So, like, if you want to get the whole thing, you can get the whole thing. Or if you want it separately.
Alright.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So, I guess I should formally welcome everyone to the revived version, the HD remix, if you will, of Active Time Pitch. I am your host, Aaron.
And I am your other host, Colin. We welcome you to the Bella Room.
Welcome to the Bell. I want, like, you know how Dead Rising 3 had that one expansion where it was like Ultra Super Dead Rising 3 Arcade Edition EX Turbo.
I actually don't remember that.
No, there was a version of Dead Rising 3, like there was a DLC pack where they just threw in a bunch of words on top of it, and basically it was like a Capcom like battle royale.
That's great.
Ultra Super Dead Rising 3. Okay, hold on. Before we get into it, it is called Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 Arcade Remix Hyper Edition EX Plus Alpha Dash.
I let that edit. Hyper X Delta Dash.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Super Ultra Dead Rising 3 Arcade Remix Hyper Edition EX Plus Alpha Dash.
Plus Alpha Dash. That's fucking great.
But yeah. So, this is the Super Ultra version of
Active
Time Pitch.
ATP.
So, basically what we're going to be doing each week is I'm going to look at the news docket and I'm going to come up with pitch questions that I haven't answered to the entirety of it. And we're just going to discuss the ideas. Alright, so, looking at the list, Little Witch Academia is getting an anime series. And basically the question was, Trigger's been getting a lot of work lately.
Yeah.
What would pitch your ideal Trigger adaptation of anything?
Adaptation? What? So I have to
like not an original Trigger thing, but like it has to be based off of something.
Okay. It'd have to be something that you could go ridiculous and over the top with.
Yeah. Think about it for a moment because I think I've gotten my answer. And I kind of prepped this one because I thought of it like second one, and it's like, oh, I know exactly where I'm going.
You go first then, because it'll be a while.
All right.
So
I don't think you noticed this when you walked into the room. Trigger likes super robots, right?
Yeah. You get.
And so my thought process is, what better to adapt than something they love near and dear to their hearts, like the Transformers.
Oh my god. I mean, like, shit, they did it with Gynax.
Exactly, Gurren Lagann. And like, my favorite piece of... Sorry, we're referencing a book here.
We're referencing this book that we all pitched in for.
Yeah, it's a... Basically what is it's a doujin book of Transformers artwork done by the entire Trigger staff.
And it looks fucking amazing. Like.
It is freaking amazing. But like, my personal favorite piece of art is the Hiroyuki Imaishi stuff, which is Dreadwing and Smokescreen over here.
Yeah.
Which is like their transformation sequences and like Imaishi's style.
Yeah.
But then the actual best is the most obscure thing in the Transformers.
Primal Prime.
Literally the most obscure thing in the Transformers universe. Do you know what Primal Prime's backstory is?
What?
Okay, so you know Beast Wars?
Yes.
Did you watch Beast Wars?
I know what it is.
Okay, you know what it is. In Beast Wars, I think season 2 or something, they introduced like an alien species called the Vok.
Okay.
And basically, like, they're these floating head things that are like secretly behind everything on Earth in the in like the Transformers universe.
Okay.
Like, they're not directly connected to the Transformers.
Yes.
But they're
behind Earth.
Yeah, they're behind Earth, and like, there's a part where they have to blow up the moon and whatever.
Of course.
Basically, what ends up happening is after Beast Wars happens, the Vok are like, oh fuck, we need to fight off Unicron and whatever. Yeah. And like, the Vok are usually neutral. Like, they're cunts to both sides. But the Vok in this scenario, like, okay, we've got Optimus Prime's body lying on Earth.
Yeah.
Because the way Beast Wars happens is Beast Wars takes place in the future, but it's a time jump back into the past before the original Transformers timeline starts.
Oh, okay.
So, when, at the start of the Transformers, Optimus Prime and Megatron and all the OGs go into stasis for 4 billion years.
Yeah.
The Vok and whatever, like, the Beast Wars war is happening, but their ancestors are under them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So, at one point, Megatron, the Beast Wars Megatron, tries to murder original Optimus Prime so that the timeline shifts and the Decepticons win the war, basically. But anyways, the Vok take Optimus Prime's body, start fucking around with it, and Primal Prime is the result. And basically what Primal Prime is that he is the nexus of the entire Transformers universe.
Oh,
like,
what?
he's the living Matrix. He's the Matrix of leadership.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime and every single Prime that has ever existed in one body. He is basically like, I wouldn't even know how to describe it, but like, he's the end all of the universe. He's like Gundam Unicorn or like Simon the Driller. Just like a character that is the physical manifestation of the will of like an entire species. So
holy shit.
So
that's something.
So if we got like the way I would adapt like Trigger doing Transformers is because like the new Transformers stuff, Prime is good.
Yeah.
The new Transformers series, Robots in Disguise.
Yeah.
Was fucking awful.
Yeah,
and like it was really bad. And like it has a cool concept in theory, which is they did next generation to Transformers. Basically what it is Bumblebee is leading a new group of Autobots.
Oh yeah, this is why I remembered it was bad.
Yeah, and it's a cool concept in theory, but the execution was bad. And like I think that's gonna steer Hasbro off.
Yeah.
Because like the problem is with Transformers is that every single like since it's like 30 years started all those years ago, they reboot the continuity constantly.
Yeah.
Like you had Transformers, the original stuff. Beast Wars, which is basically a reboot, but like takes place in the original Transformers universe. Then you get like Transformers: Robots in Disguise, which was like this weird. It was an anime essentially. It was done in Japan, whatever, and like it was licensed for Western people.
Yeah.
And then you had like the Unicron trilogy, which is also like parts of it were good, most of it was a mess.
Okay.
And Transformers animated, which is really good. But like underappreciated.
I remember watching that. Oh.
Because like it was Derek. What was his name? Derek Wyatt. He's the guy behind Teen Titans.
Yeah.
It was his take on Transformers, basically. And
it was a pretty good take, honestly.
It was basically like superhero. Like the Autobots are basically superheroes, and like they're stopping crime throughout the city, and then the Decepticons are like in the background plotting stuff. And then we had Prime, which was. Like I like animated the best, but Prime is the one that like everyone likes it basically.
To a mass audience.
Yeah, to a mass audience. Like animated was too niche.
Yeah.
Prime was the mass audience where it's like the equivalency I draw is like the 2008 Star Wars Clone Wars thing.
Okay.
But that all these take place in different universes, which is the problem. There's no continuity to it.
Yep.
Robots in Disguise actually takes place after Transformers Prime, and it's like, oh, this is a cool concept. We're actually moving forward in time instead of constant reboots.
Yeah.
But it was just bad, and I'm afraid that Hasbro is looking at this and is like, oh, we don't know what to fucking do anymore. So what I would want Trigger to do, long story short, is you do a complete reboot again.
Yeah.
but like Optimus Prime, Megatron, I want it to be generic and stuff.
Yep.
Then you move forward in the timeline, you get like maybe Bumblebee, maybe like some other character leading another group of Autobots against the Decepticons. Because I think the problem with the constant reboots is that we know Optimus and Megatron too well.
Yeah.
Like, even as many times as you can iterate it or whatever, we still know the characters way too well. Like, so I want to kind of divorce myself from it. Like, have a story that is set in the Transformers universe because it's fucking huge and it's not explored as well as it should be.
Yep. And
have, like, I guess, a universe, like, a side story, basically. And then the third series, Primal Prime, because he's in that art book. Primal Prime becoming Simon the Driller and fighting like an omnipotent army of beings, like, and just go freaking super robot with it.
Yeah.
So, I've talked about Transformers for a good how long? Like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, have you thought of something to adapt yet?
Yes. Okay, so you're I'm talking about giant universe that's not explored much. They should totally do, like, this isn't a universe expanded upon by the fans. Yeah. We should totally do trigger Star Wars. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4, 5, 6 during the rebellion. That would be the best time, and chronologically they could do it. Just imagine them, like, it doesn't need to be ridiculous over the top, because they already had the fucking Death Star. That was like already as ridiculous. How many times they reboot the fucking Death Star? It's still the Death Star.
Okay, hold on, sorry. Just cool idea. Can you imagine, like, do you remember the end?
We gotta destroy the moon, guys. It's the Death Star again.
Okay, do you remember the end of not the end of Kill la Kill, but the Kill la Kill OVA?
Yeah.
Where Honoji Academy turns
into a giant
super robot.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like,
Skywalker Academy.
No, can you just imagine, like, the Death Star, and you get Luke Skywalker? No, just like a random Force user. Like, I want it to be a powerful Force user, but like.
And he's just like moving that shit.
No, I imagine him just like dragging his lightsaber across the Death Star.
It becomes the fucking transit razor from Gundam, where it's like his lightsaber just becomes a giant beam saber. It's like not even from him, it's like from his X-wing. The lasers converge.
But I'm thinking like Shadow of the Colossus, where it's him fighting the Colossus, but he's just dragging his sword across the entire planet.
Yeah.
And he's that's how you do trigger Star Wars.
Oh, man.
I think they can do it.
Because it doesn't need to be Luke Skywalker. It doesn't matter. Like, Luke Skywalker, like, if you guys have like just like watched the movies, like, you don't know who Luke Skywalker is, but he becomes like much more interesting if you read a lot of like the books about the expanded universe of him. It's like not just because like you learn more of him like as a character, because most of the time he's kind of like the same guy and he doesn't have like too much defining traits. You just know the way he kind of thinks.
I was talking about earlier how like we know Optimus and Megatron too well.
Yeah.
I feel like the same thing applies for most Star Wars characters. We know them too well. And that's why if I were to do trigger Star Wars.
Yeah,
like,
it could be. That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be like, you know, the new one, Rogue One. It can be a complete random bandit. Like, just because the Rebel Alliance is so big, but the only people we focus on is Luke Skywalker and stuff. So it doesn't need to be him. It can be some other, like, what's the one? There's like a ton of other smugglers that are also like focused on like, there's one dude there's one guy that's basically almost another version of Han Solo. He has his version called like the YT-1300, which is almost a Millennium Falcon. It's like the same type and whatever. And he's got his own like adventures and shit. He's got like cool side story. He's his own thing. So you can like do it on some other shit. You can just have this like, don't do it like Star Wars Rebels. Please don't, because that is literally copy and paste.
Yeah.
Just like literally take someone like that's in Alliance, just like make him like cocky as shit, and he's just like trying to fight, but he's like constantly losing. Like he wants to be good for the Rebel Alliance, but he's actually just like an idiot.
What's the name of the guy from what's it called, Jedi Knight Academy? Dash Rendar, is that his name?
Yeah. Oh, he's
Dash Rendar, and like because like now the expanded universe is canonized. We can get Dash Rendar on like a side story where he's like trigger animated and stuff.
No, Rendar's great. He's a total like jackass that can't do shit.
Yeah, like he could be like a Kamina type.
Yeah.
Totally. Like I can see that.
You could take characters from like Jack Anime. You could really find. You'd have to, because I don't know all the characters. There's so many characters in the expanded universe. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't know any specific characters. It could just be a completely original character. Just have him, like, go around. He's visiting all the new planets. Like, all the planets we haven't seen before. He's visiting, like, Felucia that wasn't very expanded upon. He's visiting the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk. And he's just, like... like he's just this rebel and he's just like finding himself on these weird fucking Imperial locations. Like he could just be a spy and he's just like trying to, every time he's like caught and he's constantly trying to run and he has to get his arse saved, or like he's just like literally just the luckiest guy in there and he's like just outwits the Imperial Alliance. Like it would be great. You could do total over the top stuff just by having like the tons of stormtroopers on him, completely outnumbered. I think like you could totally make it humorous, hilarious, and be good.
All right, second question that I have is, so we're talking about Akiba's Beat, which is like it's a spin-off.
It's a Tales of Akiba game,
but like it's Akiba is traditionally an action game,
yep.
But this time we're taking it in like an action RPG, JRPG setting. So my question to you is, pitch a series and, well, not really pitch a series, but take a series and, like, give it a spin-off that isn't the same genre.
What do you mean, like, how far does it have to be? Like, could I just, like, take a turn-based and turn to, like, action RPG?
Well, you can take anything. Like, basically, turn-based to action RPG. Like, maybe even Persona 4 to Persona 4 Dancing All Night, or like Akiba's Beat to Akiba's.
I know that.
Akiba's Script to
I have
Akiba's
this
Beat.
like I take Atelier and just turn it into an action RPG. Like I just take it and then I would just screw off with like the turn based. I know that's the home of it, but we could totally have a spin off where it's just an action RPG of it.
An action RPG?
Like the reason they don't do it is simply because they focus a lot on character design, not so much on the animation.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if we had like infinite budget, whatever, and we're just talking about this, I would totally have a spin-off of that and just have an RPG because they totally have the characters for it.
And like we've seen like Yori no Naikuni and that's an action RPG.
They could do it, but it's just like I'd totally have a spin-off of just an Atelier game.
But then that was like, I suppose that was like Team Ninja supervising them and they were just doing the groundwork. So maybe you could have like some of the Team Ninja guys
just
standing
take
over
Yori
them.
no Kuni and just have that team and just like put it onto an Atelier game, and they could just like change around some of the like more systems of it and just make it more RPG. You could have, because in the game there is sort of relationships and like and Ashkan Logic Plus, they have that relationship mechanic, which I don't know too much because they never really talked about it. It was just like, yeah, you can form a bond with it. It's like you can totally like expand on that because there's so many characters that you can level up with. You can totally just like you don't need like social links, but totally have like personal like connections with the characters that you play with more.
Right.
And you can just like lots of, because there's like the Televerse is like already so like good for this stuff. There's like places that hang out. They could totally just have like this world that you can just like walk around and see familiar faces, hang out at the bar, all extra activities you can do it. Like it's just ready. It's so ready. It's all there.
I've been trying to think about this for like a minute because like I just do this off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like first I went, okay, what can I do with like a JRPG, like let's say Final Fantasy.
Okay.
I don't really know what to do.
I mean, like they've already spun off their own games with Final Fantasy 13.
Well, I mean, aside from that, like Type 0 is like definitely an action RPG.
Yes.
This City as a fighting game. My Life as what do you call it? My Life as a King or whatever.
I don't know that one.
No, that's like a Sims game. So Final Fantasy's done too much with it, I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm thinking...
It's time for Final Fantasy to finally die.
I'm thinking, like, Ereshka as a action game.
Okay.
Where, like... Because, I don't know, it's well documented that I like breeding simulators. And I think
a certain niche.
and like maybe not an action game. Now that I think harder about it, but like somewhere between Souls and Platinum, somewhere like maybe even have Tecmo Koei do it.
Yeah.
Because like the idea of like you like the curse of whatever, like you know how you've got the curse or whatever that's gonna kill you in 2 years.
Yeah.
And instead of having you be like this, instead of having you be like in Dark Souls where it's like you're the cursed undead, every time you die, you respawn and pick someone's stuff back up. How about you have constant permadeath, but you get to go back to the character creator every single time.
Oh my god.
And like, so if you're one of those characters,
no, here's the thing for that. Whenever your character dies, you lose all choice for that character, so you can never create the same character twice. You just lose the options.
Yeah. Oh, that would actually be kind of cool. I don't know. I think that would piss off people.
I know. I'm just that totally piss off people. That'd be hilarious.
Or like, you take the character.
You'd have to alternate between the guy and the girl. How's that?
Or like, kind of like how Rogue Legacy does it, where it's like, oh, you just respawn and then you pick from like 3 different options of your playstyle or whatever.
Yeah.
So just to have that, because Oreshka's universe, I feel like, is super interesting because like it's historical fantasy, where it's and like the art style is really good. Actually, now that I think about it, because of the art style and because of like all those things, Tecmo Koei would be like ready. They're primed and waiting to do that kind of stuff because, as you've seen with Tokiden, they have that really good character creation system that in place already. So you got that checked off. Neo has that really cool mist effect for the Oni, which kind of replicates that like painterly look of Oreshka. I don't know if you've seen Oreshka's like screens of it or whatever, but it has like this kind of like Japanese ukiyo-e kind of style to it, and like having their action game mechanics of like Neo and Ninja Gaiden, that you could make something special out of that. So that's how I would, I guess, interpret it.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess that ends the active time pitch. I'm your host,
We'll
Aaron.
be expecting those games soon in the future, by the way.
We're not good. I don't expect any of those in the future. But I feel like active time pitch, now that we've got like, I guess this going now, I think that's the way I want to do it now, where it's like, okay, we come up with the questions ourselves each week, and we don't have to rely on anyone else. And
We solved the mystery.
we solved the mystery. Anyways, so I think I want to introduce Active Time Pitch as a regular segment nowadays. Right. So I guess I've been your host.
We hope you enjoyed it and look further to see more of it.
Yeah, because I think we're both creative people. Like we
can imagine things.
Yeah, we're constantly coming up with stupid bullshit.
I like. The farthest memory I remember of us coming up with the most stupid bullshit was the JoJo powers.
I can't remember this conversation.
I remember. It was great. It was like we were talking about the zipper dude, and then it was like we were talking about some dude. I think it's like he loses his limbs or whatever. He could die or something, but then he could like appear out of random places, sort of like the zipper dude. But then we were just like laughing our asses off about the concept of him like just like his like the stand would just like appear out of random parts of his body so that it would like come out of his ass. And then
that guy! Yes!
Like, busting everyone.
Oh so yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, shoot. Oh god, that's either part 3 or part 4, but I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, but JoJo stands are like that though.
Yeah.
They're just like so over the top and that kind of stuff. But like you could have like Bruno, who's the guy with the zippers.
Yeah.
Like me and Eugene were talking about this, where it's like, okay, you could just like have a stash of potato chips wherever you need it.
Oh man.
Like middle of a history exam, you're just like pulling shit out of nowhere.
Yeah, just potato chips.
Like, okay, you need to pick me up in the middle of class.
Yeah.
potato chips. Or you're the ultimate thief if you've got that power.
Yeah.
Because basically you can just zip in and zip out of like banks and whatever.
Yeah.
And people are so fucking confused and they don't know what
the fuck is he getting out? Is he unzipping?
Alright, nobody move.
Nobody move.
And then just the escape plan.
Yeah. The alerts are just like, nobody move. Just walks away. The guy tries to shoot him. Just like pulls a zipper. The bullet just disappears.
Hold on. I want to actually look this up. Stand that appears out of anywhere. I'm sure I'm not gonna get this out of Google. Okay. Now I've got like kitchen appliances.
Yeah,
JoJo stand that appears out anywhere. Forever is a minor antagonist. Is this it? I feel like it might be. His stand is strength. Da-da-da. Looking for stands is hard. Was it?
Well, I mean, you can't see them. So.
No. Fair enough. Oh man. Shoot. The strength is able to bind itself to an inanimate object and bring out its true potential.
That sounds great already.
When bound to a ruined yacht, Forever was able to transform it into a freighter.
That's cool.
But like that's not. I know that's not what we're actually looking for.
That's literally like an upgrade mechanic.
Yeah, but like even Crazy Diamond in Part 4, that's the main stand in Part 4. His power is to revert anything to its original state.
Okay.
Based on like a certain time constraint. So like you can touch someone and they're instantly healed.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, you can throw a rock, use the stand, and then the rock flies back to you.
Oh yeah, just unlimited frisbee.
Yeah, or like you could even get it to like the point of revert to its original state, turn into a baby. Like it's the most like over the top weird shit you can do with Crazy Diamond.
Just like your sword is now simply ore.
Hold on, I'm remembering it might be Limp Bizkit. That's the stand that appears out of anything. Is it Limp Bizkit?
We're just going on about this.
No, Limp Bizkit is the shit zombie.
Right.
The literal shit zombie. I forgot about that. Oh god. Whatever. We're not gonna be able to find it. There's so many stands. Okay. Alright, so I guess after that bizarre adventure.
That bizarre adventure.
I have been your host, Aaron.
And I've been your other host, Colin.
And this has been the Otaku
Bubble Talk Show.
This is we actually I guess we just didn't we used our intro as our outro.
That's right. Oh, wrong.
By mistake.
What is our outro? This
We're fucking up all over the place. What is it?
This is Aaron signing off.
This is Aaron signing off.
This is Colin logging out.